Hey, it's Chris. Let's talk paid promotion. Now, this is a little bit of a delicate topic within our community. It is very prevalent outside of our community. The whole term influencer is based on the fact that it is solely paid promotion. But when we talk paid promotion within our community, it seems to come with a very negative connotation. It also is a very divisive topic. Some people have no problem with it. Some people are very much against it. No matter which side of the argument you fall on or where your feelings are, the fact of the matter is that it is in our community and it is going to stay in our community. The argument for paid promotion and the argument against paid promotion really stem from the issue there are very few truly independent self-sufficient creators in our community. And while part of the community demands and is skeptical even of the appearance of bias from paid promotion regarding a product, the other half of the community seems to acknowledge that this is part of the ecosystem that we are involved in, and that you can do paid promotion while still staying true to yourself and having the integrity to talk about a product. Herein lies the dilemma. The bigger question, though, is at the same time, what is paid promotion? Paid promotion used to be just simply, you pay me, I talk about your product, or I give your product a positive endorsement. Going back a long time. Now, it has sort of evolved into a totally different beast. Is paid promotion doing an unboxing? Is paid promotion just doing a review? Is it doing a rules playthrough video? Are we starting to see new types of paid promotion? We think of paid promotion as you give me product or money, I talk about product. I would argue that Kickstarters, crowdfunding in that sense, that many of the big channels use as part of their funding to operate in the first place, is in fact just that. It is paid promotion. They're being given promos for games that are otherwise unavailable and selling them to support their channel and at the same time promoting those companies and those games in the first place. Is one type of paid promotion better or worse than the other? I don't know. I think you can be biased and still have integrity, especially if you are aware of your own biases. I do not believe it is an all or nothing situation. I believe disclaimers should be abound within our community. And that's probably the one thing that I wish there was more of. When I see paid promotion, and I think this would help with some of the issues that people have with it in the first place, about saying, this is my score of a game, this is how I feel about a game. Also, would I buy this with my own money? Or is this actually going to stay in my collection? Two things that you do not really see when you talk about these previews or even sometimes reviews from publisher media copies for specific review purposes, or for even some of the Kickstarter previews that are out there. Very seldom do you see that. And maybe you don't want to see that. Maybe the whole reason you're watching it is not for an opinion. It's just for pure information. That's fine. But especially after sitting down and thinking about this, the Kickstarters for these major channels sort of leave me with a bad taste in my mouth because of the way the promos are distributed, because of how they're packaged together, because they are utilizing the fear of missing out more than I think they should be, as was in the day when promos like this were only available in conventions. It's very akin to that, in my opinion. So, what do you do? How do we change this? How do we change the culture of our community while still acknowledging that there is going to be paid promotion in some sense? Let's take, for example, some of the bigger content creators in our community. People with thousands or tens of thousands, or even the few with hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube. Let's take myself, for example. At the time of making this video, I'm at about 450 subscribers. Now, what if, for a moment, let's take a purely hypothetical situation. You see that little link in the comments below? That's a link to my Patreon. Let's talk about that for a second. What if every single one of my subscribers right now pledged $1 on my Patreon per month? No big deal, right? $1 a month, $12 a year, nothing to it. $5,400 a year then, though, to support just my tiny, itsy bitsy, minuscule, unimportant channel in the board game scene. What would that do, though? That would effectively allow me to be relatively independent, to give me more freedom to produce what I wanted or what I did not want, especially if I was looking at being more heavily towards the paid promotion, which people claim that they do not want necessarily people to focus on, or that they are discouraged by it. Now imagine that you picked one channel that you were subscribed to, just one, and you did that for that channel. And now go back to my example of all of those bigger channels with thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of subscribers, even if they're all only doing $1. All of a sudden, you have a community-created, self-propagated, relatively independent group of content creators where even the appearance of outside influence can be drastically lessened because the amount, even at that point, if they do paid promotion, would be a fraction of what they're getting from your Patreon-age. The fraction of money that would be compared to the amount that they could gain or lose from a Patreon standpoint would be drastically different. They would also be more accountable, necessarily, to those contributing. And those contributing could thus feel that they have a very positive impact even on the community itself that they are contributing to. The other side of that is videos, views. I am not large enough to monetize on YouTube yet. So all of these videos and all of these views earn me absolutely squat. But at some point, maybe I will be. Or the ones that already are, by supporting them that way in addition to the Patreon, again, could potentially give them more financial freedom. So that's where the two ways to support the community are. Now, I know that the counter argument is already out there against this, because I see it sort of in the throes and the corners of our community. People want the content that they want it right away, they want it for free, and they expect it to be super high production and high quality and also entertaining. And if it's not all of those, well, see you later. But I think at some point, we have to turn this question around. Do not ask what content creators can do for you. Rather, what can we as a board game community do to help the content creators and then the community as a whole? I'm going to take a weird example here, but follow me through for a second. There is a gentleman on YouTube that is very well known. One of the highest subscriptions out there, among them. He just hit 9 million subscriptions, and that is Mr. Beast. What he is known for is putting that money back into the community that is supporting him in the first place. 9 million subscribers, he gets millions and millions of views on all of his videos. And then that earns him quite a significant chunk of change. What does he do with that? For example, he gave $10,000 away to random people following him on Twitter for their support. He just recently posted a video where he went into several retail convenience stores, bought out everything in the store, and then donated it to people in need. Because he took the money that he was making off of the videos and used it to do that, videotaped himself doing that, then to make more money to continue that cycle. Let me apply that to the board game community. You give me more views. You give me more Patreonage. I have more income. Then I buy games, and then I videotape so that people can see and support that way of me bringing them to the local children's hospital once a month. And so you can see a direct result of what your patronage is doing rather than just being confined to these four walls of the community, going out and broadening it in that sense of the community. Wouldn't that be something? But, like I said, it's going to take people willing to do that in the first place. And I don't know how willing people are in our community to do stuff like that. I just don't know. You're willing to throw $50 or $100 at packs of promos that you will most likely not use the majority of them, but $1 a month on someone's Patreon? That's where the dichotomy and the big split in the mentality is in our community. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily wrong, that you should not back those promos. But I'm saying if more people started influencing in other ways, we would not feel the need at the same time to do those paid promotions, and that we could focus on other aspects that are important to you as the community as well. Less promotion of the FOMO. I don't know. I could be just totally rambling nonsense at this point. This is probably going to be one of those videos that 50 people watch. It's going to have 50 views after a month. My hope is that it's not. My hope is that you're going to see this and say, hey, he kind of has a good point. Why doesn't our community do that more? It doesn't have to be me. I would love it if you went down below and said, okay, Chris, here's $1 on your Patreon. As a very small channel, trying to grow, trying to get some of the bigger publishers to look at me, that would be amazing. At the same time, if it was someone else, I would be more than okay with that as well. Because it's a community. This is something that I hope goes viral so that we can pay it forward in the community. But it all starts with you. Be the change you want to see. So that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, that's it. Those are my ramblings on paid promotion. What do you think? Where am I screwing this up? What am I missing? Let me know. Down below in the comment section. Shoot me a message or anything else. As always, thanks for putting up with me. Thanks for watching. Stay classy. I'll see you around. Hopefully.